Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Luigi Etienne. I am a representative of the University of Twente. I work at the university as an international relations and communication officer, and I'm responsible for our marketing and recruitment strategy for Taiwan, amongst other countries. So that's why I'm here today to talk to you a little bit about the university. So welcome everyone to this afternoon's event. Thank you for taking the time to be here. Before I get started with the presentation, I would like to know how many of you already heard about the University of Twente before? Okay, that's good. I see a few hands up. Thank you very much. And for those who have never heard about the university, don't worry about it because today I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about us. So let's get started. This is a little bit of what we're going to be looking at today. We're going to talk a little bit about the Netherlands and Enschede. Enschede is the city where we are located. Don't worry, I don't expect you to pronounce it correctly because it's a very Dutch pronunciation. So it's pronounced Enschede, but don't worry about it. Don't stress about it. You can say Enschede, and everybody's going to be very happy with that as well. So we're going to talk about Enschede in the Netherlands. We're going to talk a little bit about bachelor's and master's options. So there's a little bit, a small correction there, bachelor's and master's. Also living on in Enschede and student life in the Netherlands. And of course, a little bit more about the campus. So having said that, let's give it a start. I would like to start the presentation with talking to you a little bit about things that students say about studying at the University of Twente. We have interviewed students to see what they think about the university, what they think after they already applied, they started studying, what do they find about the university. And these are some of the statements that we have gotten from students. They enjoy the technological environment because we are a STEM and IT related university, mainly STEM and IT related university. They also enjoy the campus itself. The campus is a vibrant environment with a lot of the facilities that students are going to need during their studies. The personalized education, because we try to make our classes as personalized and small scale as we possibly can. And of course, the hands-on project-based education, because the education at the University of Twente is project-based, which means that as a student, you are going to, of course, have your lectures and you're going to receive all of that information, but you're going to be working on projects on the spot. So you're going to be applying that knowledge that you receive in your lectures immediately in different projects because each module revolves around a final project. And last but not least, the entrepreneurship opportunities, because we are, for several years in a row, we were named the most entrepreneurial university in the Netherlands. And this is because we support our students if they have business ideas. So if you're a student at the University of Twente and you have a business idea that you would like to develop, we will support you from idea onto reality. You will get support in pitches or building your canvas, legal advice, everything that you need in the process of creating your company, we will support you with that. And of course, the high tech human touch, because our research is, all of our research is research that has a real impact on society. We make sure that our that our researchers investigate or research things that have an actual impact on society. Now, a little bit about the Netherlands. The Netherlands has been named the number 14 safest country in the world. So this is very important for you to know, especially for parents, that your kids are gonna be in a safe environment. It's also named the number 5 happiest country in the world. I cannot tell you how the happiness is measured, but there is a ranking that says that we are very happy in the Netherlands. So number 5, happiest country in the world, and 25% of our population is between the ages of 20 and 39 years. Then talking a little bit about the Netherlands, since we are already on topic, The Netherlands is the number one non-English speaking country with the highest level of English. People in the Netherlands, most people in the Netherlands have at least a C1 level of English. And this is important for you to know because since you're going to be living in the Netherlands, you're not going to be in a campus bubble. You're going to be living in the country as a whole. So it's very good for you to know that there's going to be people who can support you or who can help you, who can speak English to you and are willing to provide you with the support you need. Next to that is a safe and multicultural environment, as I said before. Number 14, safest country in the world. Of course, the affordability of our programs is also a very important thing to mention because our education in the Netherlands is comparable to education in countries like the US or UK, but our programs are way more affordable than what you would pay in those countries. Then you have also the career opportunities, especially for engineering programs, because a lot of multinational companies focus on engineering, have settled in the Netherlands and they have their headquarters in the Netherlands. So after your studies, if you're interested in staying in the country and finding a job, that is possible because there are a lot of companies in the Netherlands hiring international employees and especially in the engineering, different engineering areas. And of course, the gateway to Europe, because while you are in the Netherlands, then it's easy to travel around Europe and get to know other countries as well. About Enschede, we are located in a city called Enschede. The university is called University of Twente because the region where we are located is Twente, but the city is called Enschede. Then Enschede is a rather small city. We are 160,000 people, but at the same time, it's a very vibrant city because we are a student city and we don't only have the University of Twente. We have the University of Applied Sciences. We have a vocational school. We have an art school, a conservatorium. So we have a big student population living in Enschede. So you are going to be surrounded by other students and you're going to be surrounded by other international students. I mentioned before affordability, but also for living. Enschede is one of the most affordable student cities as well. We have a green campus. Later on, I'm going to show you a photo of the campus. It's the only all-in campus in the Netherlands. We also have a very strong tech ecosystem because the university does not operate on its own. There are several companies in the region as well. Next to the campus, we have an area that we call the Park of Knowledge. And in that area, those are all startups that were born from the University of Twente. So there's a very big tech ecosystem supporting what the university does as well and supporting the university students. And of course, as I mentioned before, the accommodation. Accommodation is way more affordable in Enschede than it would be in other Dutch cities. Now, some facts and figures about our campus. I mentioned the campus before and the university. So we have 19 bachelor's programs in total and 37 master's programs. We have students from more than 75 nationalities worldwide. And of course, our student body is of 12,000 students. Now, good, important thing to know or interesting thing to know here is that 35% of our student body, so 35% of those 12,000 that you see there, are international students. So we have a very big international population. And that also means that your study experience is going to be very rich because you're going to be studying next to someone from the Netherlands and then next to someone from maybe India, maybe someone from Latin America. You're going to get different perspectives and different ways of working and solving problems. And that is something that's going to be very enriching for your professional development. And it's going to be very useful for when you enter the labor market as well, to be able to work with people from different backgrounds. Then I mentioned the startups before. More than 1,200 startups have been born at the University of Twente. And we have more than 130 student associations. associations that are based on different things, can be based on interests, hobbies, nationalities. We have associations for a lot of different things. So if you're interested in anything, culture or sports or whatever, there is an association for you at the University of Twente. Looking a little bit at our bachelor's programs, these are the bachelor's programs at the University of Twente. You will notice that these programs, most of these programs are STEM and IT related because, as the slogan says, high tech, human touch. We are very much, or the core of our education is pretty much high tech, so technology, STEM and IT, all of the engineerings, all of that. But it's also we have that human touch, and you can see that through our behavioral management science faculty, where we also offer other programs like business, communication science, psychology. All of those programs are also offered at the University of Twente. So we do a combination of both. Now, that about the bachelor's programs, but what about master's? So this is a list of our master's programs. The first list, because it's a little bit longer, so there's another slide. This is the first list of our master's programs. As you can see, there is a master's program to follow up almost every bachelor program. So you can start, for example, your bachelor's in electrical engineering and then follow with a master's in electrical engineering. Same for business, same for psychology, and so on. And this is the rest of the list. Again, most of our programs, STEM and IT related, different engineerings. And of course, we also have the behavioral management and social sciences part. Now, I mentioned before that education is project-based, that you're going to be implementing everything on the spot. But how does that look in the practice for you as a student? How does a week at the University of Twente look like? So this is an estimation that we made about how do you distribute your time throughout that week. So 20% of your time is going to be the lectures. Of course, we are a research university, so there are lectures that you are going to have to attend, and that will take around 20% of your time. After that, you will also have another 25% where you have to follow tutorials. Sometimes they are tutorials that you can follow at home, but there are other moments where those tutorials are live with a teacher on a lecture room. So you have to attend some tutorials. Next to that, you have project work. I mentioned before, and I mentioned it a lot because it's very important for you to know that the education is going to be very hands-on. You're going to be working on projects a lot. So 30% of your time will be invested in projects. And last but not least, you will also have some time for your self-study. So around 25% of your time is going to be self-study. This is more or less how a week at the University of Twente, as a student at the University of Twente, would look like. Research domains. We are a research university. So these are the research focus of the university. You might have programs that focus on one specific domain, but you also have programs that are multidisciplinary and will focus on different domains. So you have health, safety, climate, and chip technology. Those are the main focus when it comes to research at the University of Twente. Now, a little bit about our campus. This is an actual photo of the campus of the University of Twente. We have a 1.5 square kilometer campus where everything that the student need is included. It's almost like having a small villa within the city. It's a very green area. In this area, you will find our education facilities, research facilities, but you will also find other things like the business incubator where we support those business ideas, hotel, supermarket. All of that is going to be in the campus of the University of Twente. Now, talking about the campus and that campus life, a question that I can imagine that pops up because it comes up a lot is housing. There is housing. We do have housing on campus. The campus of the University of Twente, you have housing. We have more than 3,000, and we are still building some more housing for houses for students. So that is a possibility with us. Actually, in as international students, you will get a guaranteed housing offer for 1 year. So whenever you are admitted at the university, you will get an email from us saying, okay, these are the guaranteed or the priority offers for you. That doesn't mean that you have to take one of those, but I do recommend taking one of those because then it saves you a lot of time and energy. The first year you are covered, and then for the second year, you can always look for something that you like more, but then you already have something for the first year. Now, I'm going to skip this. We already talked about it, the international diverse community, the research facilities, and of course, sports and culture. This is about the student teams. The one thing that the university finds very important as well is for the students to have other things to do next to their studies. So you have the possibility to join student teams and work on different things. We have, for example, the red photo is the solar team, which is a solar car that competes in international solar car competitions and has been crowned #1 several years in a row. Now I'm gonna skip through a few of these to take you to this part, the admission requirements. So admission requirements for bachelor's programs. For bachelor's programs, if your bachelor is from it's a local diploma, so the local Taiwanese diploma, you're not directly admissible, but you can study 1 year of university here in Taipei, and with that year of university, you can apply for a bachelor's at the University of Twente. Next to the year of university, you will have English requirements because of course our education is in English, and you can provide us with an IELTS, a TOEFL, a Cambridge, or starting this year, also a Pearson's exam. Now, for your master's, if you're interested in a master's program, then you have other possibilities. You have to present a diploma of a 4-year bachelor's program. You will need to have a 75% CGPA. And next to that, there are specific requirements depending on the program that you're interested in. And of course, the English requirement, which it's going to be the same exams that I mentioned before. So IELTS, TOEFL, Cambridge, and Pearson's. And now, in terms of cost, how much does it cost to study at the university? If your program is a bachelor's program, sorry, if you're interested in a bachelor's program, non-engineering related program, then you will be, your tuition fee per year is 12,300 euros. If it's an engineering related program, it's 16,400 euros. And for bachelor's programs, for all of our bachelor's programs, there is an application fee of 100 euros. If you're interested in a master's program, then for non-engineering related, it's 18,200. And for engineering related programs, it's 21,700 euros. And next to that, you need to take into account the cost of living in the Netherlands. So for this year, we estimate that living in Enschede for 1 year could cost you 16,600 euros. In terms of application opens on the 1st of October. And for international students, you have until the 1st of May to submit your application. Then next to that, after that, you will start the visa proceedings and the rest of the process. But you have until the 1st of May to submit the application. This is an overview of how the application goes. You start your application in StudyLink. StudyLink is a national platform. And from there, you are redirected to the university platform where you submit your documents, the final application, and then you get notified whether your application, whether it got you got accepted, conditionally accepted, or rejected. So I think we're almost out of time. So this is a little bit about us. These are different ways in which you can get in touch with us. But also, if at any moment you are visiting the Netherlands, you are on holiday and you want to visit the campus, we can plan a campus tour for you. We can also put you in contact with a student so that you can be a student for a day. Or you can also have a call with an international student at the university, maybe a student from the program that you're interested in, or a student from your country that can also give you a little bit more information about how it is to be a student at the university. So having said that, we have reached the end of the presentation. Do you have any questions for me? Okay, so if there aren't any questions, thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for being here and for joining this presentation.